Hello and welcome to the post-market update from Nirmal and that an interesting day of trade that we have seen in today's session. Clearly, in spite of weakness coming in from the global markets, especially what we saw in the Asian markets as well, we did not really react to that. In fact, we actually shrugged off those mixed cues that were coming in from the rest of Asia. Overall, if you go to see, it was a good day of trade. We ended at the day's highest levels in terms of benchmark indices. Overall, if you see, Sensex ended with gains of a little over 2%. We crossed levels of almost 34,200 on the Sensex, whereas Nifty, interestingly, reclaimed the 10,000 mark in today's day of trade with gains of almost 2% coming in there. In fact, we were almost nearing that 10,100 level on closing basis as well, but we just shied away by around 8 to 9 points on that front. An interesting play of trade is what we've witnessed. Clearly, we have been alternating between gains and losses in the last couple of trading sessions. In fact, the last 10 to 12 trading sessions have been really volatile for the domestic markets, and that is something which is expected to continue as well from here on. Interestingly, the participation that came in from the financials actually kept us afloat in today's day of trade, and a lot of contribution did come in from the metal names as well. In fact, that was one of the top gaining sectors in today's session. Let's quickly see what was happening with regards to where Bank Nifty goes as well, because it was the financials who actually participated in today's session. We did see a 750-point rally that did come in terms of Bank Nifty. In fact, we ended 750 points higher, pretty much trying to go towards the 20,000, 21,000 mark, because 20,956 is where we closed. Interestingly, we did hit a low of around 20,030 on Bank Nifty and a high of almost 20,956. So it was almost a 950 to 1,000 point rally that we had seen with regards to Bank Nifty. Clearly, if you see, even in terms of broader markets, an interesting move that we were seeing great outperformance that was coming in from the small cap index, and we had the mid cap index, which was slightly underperforming the benchmark indices. But on closing basis, you did see a 1% up move come in on the mid cap index, whereas a 1.5% up move that did come in on the small cap index as well in today's day of trade. So interesting moves on that front. And if you see in terms of sectors as well, good moves over there. Again, as we said, the financials were the names which did see smart gains. The PSU index also, bank index of smart gains. Metal index was the other major sectoral gainer, which ended with gains of over 3% coming in there. In fact, all the sectors on a majority basis ended with a positive bias. The only sector which ended flat was with regards to where the pharma index was concerned. So the market breadth clearly was in favor of the advances, so that was a positive point. Let's see what is in store in tomorrow's session of trade as well, because there are a lot of factors that have been playing out right now on the macro front. Overall, apart from this, if you see even in terms of moving ahead, if you see what's happening on the Indian rupee, that has weakened to a 3-week low, and this is mainly on the back of the jitters about the resurgence of new coronavirus infections around the world, and that's something which could be dampening the hopes of a quick recovery from the economic fallout as well. So that's something that we need to constantly keep our eyes on. Let's understand which were the individual sectors, individual stocks that made news today. So Bajaj Finance, Coal India, Bajaj Finance, Z Entertainment, as well as Kotak Mahindra Bank. These were the top gainers in today's day of trade on Nifty 50, whereas on the losing end, you had TCS, ATL, Bharti Airtel, Asian Paints, as well as Bajaj Auto. These were the top losers with regards to today's session of trade. In terms of where broader markets are concerned, if you see in terms of stocks, Shankara Building Products, Somani Ceramics, Navbharat Ventures, ITV Cementation, these were the gainers, whereas Indraprasth Gas, Zenza Technologies, Tech Solutions, Lemon Tree Hotels, these were a few of the top losers as well from the broader markets. You had Reliance Industries, which continued to trade at a 52-week high in today's day of trade. And from the broader markets, you had Biocon, Coromandel International, Dhanuka Agri, Dixon Technologies, Escorts. These were a few of the names that hit a 52-week high. There was nothing on the losing front. Let's see who were the movers and shakers. ICICI Bank sold in trade. Copran has received, one of its arm has received approval from the US FDA with supply of API atenolol. So that's the reason why we did see smart moves on that counter. Fortis Healthcare reported a net loss of almost around 44 crores. So that's something which impacted the stock in today's day of trade. The Ministry of Power has advised Power Group to set up a subsidiary, on the back of which we did see some smart moves that did come in on a power grid. Marico surged on launching Keep Safe. Amara Raja Batteries has gained in trade as its group migrates to new enterprise platform. Cipla has expanded their partnership with Roche Pharma on the back of its smart gains. Did come in on that one in the first half of the trading session. Manappuram Finance was also up in trade, as well as you had Clariant Chemicals, which reacted on the back of numbers. Apart from this, if you see in terms of which were the other stocks that are actually making news in today's day of trade and the contributors here at HDFC Bank, that's HDFC Twins, Reliance Industries, Kotak Mahindra Bank, as well as ICICI Bank. These were the counters that actually contributed to the kind of up move that we saw on the benchmark indices. So a strong rebound that has come in overall in today's day of trade. Baron Beverages as well. That stock saw some smart gains. This stock is up around for second consecutive session. Somani Ceramics was up almost around 20% in trade. It's the biggest single day gain that we've seen on Somani Ceramics since October 2012. So smart moves coming in on that counter as well. JK Paper actually snapped the 4-day losing streak. So a lot of movers and shakers that were coming in trade. In fact, Reliance Industries is close to acquiring a stake in some units of Future Group, and that is what Bloomberg News was reporting. So that is going to be an interesting factor and an interesting space that we will be watching out for. We've said the agreement with the Future Group, which already has a partnership with Amazon, can be announced as early as next month. So this is news that we'll be picking up from Bloomberg. Where it goes is something that we need to watch out for. So a lot of movers and shakers in trades today, a lot of stock-specific action that we've been witnessing, and there was participation across the board. So there was no individual sector that actually outperformed, but overall, if you go to see, there was broad-based up move that we were seeing. We've crossed that 10,000 mark yet again in terms of Nifty 50. Let's see where we here end the week as well. But clearly, a great day of trade for all the bulls. That's all that we have in the post-market update from Nirmal. Thanks for watching.